Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so this is going to be a Divine Feminine check-in, exactly like the Divine Masculine daily check-ins, but the first thing we're going to check into is what would the Divine Masculines like to know about the Divine Feminines right now? What are they curious about? So thank you, Divine Creator. What is it that we can see regarding the Divine Feminines that the Divine Masculines would most like to know about? What is this that we can see? What are the Divine Masculines most curious about the Divine Feminines right now? Oh, there we go. Okay, we are getting Princess of Cups in the reverse and the Seven of Wands. This is a cool message. When I get the Princess of Cups in the reverse, this is usually like the rosy sunglasses, kind of the emo card. It's a little ungrounded, emotional intensity, unrealistic expectations, attachment. That can sometimes happen. It's like, this is my person. There's never been someone so wonderful in all of existence, which is okay, but it can be a little bit immature. It's not grounded. In the reverse, this is a grounding of that airy-fairy energy and coming into more practicality. So the Divine Masculines want to know if your emotions are balanced, if you are grounding that out. And then the Seven of Wands, this is a circle of protection, and raising this torch to the divine. It's almost like a commitment. There's a hand on the heart space and it's going higher here with true empowerment. So protection, circle of protection. So the Divine Masculines want to know if you're setting healthy boundaries and grounding your emotions. That's really beautiful. So for Divine Masculines who might be watching, let's have a look. Where are the Divine Feminines at with this? How are they measuring up to those curiosities? So let's see first, this grounding of the emotions. Where are the Divine Feminines at, specifically regarding grounding of emotions? What can we see? Thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see regarding grounding of the emotions? We get the Empress in the reverse. Wow, I would say that sounds like pretty close to full embodiment. I'm going to get a clarifier. Actually, let's look at the bottom. Oh, okay, so there's a little bit of heartache still about this not moving forward fully. But the Empress is the alignment with abundance, streamlining with the eternal. So there is also another bit here about mission, about service in the world, about selflessness, about contribution, about reaching full potential. It's like one hair short, just off of it. Okay, so what else can we know? Oh, King of Pentacles. So actually, the only thing missing, Divine Masculine, no matter which way we look at it, is collaboration with Divine Masculine. I want to, my ego self wants to say, Divine Feminines, try harder, be more whole, be more patient, more, but literally this is the missing piece. In these twin templates, some things need to be learned in relationship. They can't all be experienced or integrated alone. We are beings of relationship. So the beautiful invitation here is, yes, Divine Feminines are balancing out the over emotionality that's not justified, the longing, the intensity, and it is being tempered. And yes, there is a true desire to actually have connection, commitment with you, Divine Masculine, and that is the only thing that could improve upon the already abundant embodiment that the Divine Feminines have. All the rest is just sort of, living life to the fullest. So many divine feminines are in the full expression, and the only thing that would be the icing on the cake is relationship with divine masculine. Okay, Seven of Wands, protection and bravery forward. Yes, so where are the divine feminines at? Page of Wands. They have literally embodied the spiritual seeking that aligns with this Lover's card, with the divine template. So yes, your divine feminine is making wise choices. Absolutely. In the name of love, in their spiritual path, you can trust that they are excelling in holding their own energetically, not compromising their boundaries, not selling themselves short, not settling. They are focused on the higher love. Absolutely. Okay, let's get into a divine feminine check-in and see what we can see for how the divine feminines are thinking about the connection, what they are feeling on the heart space for their divine masculine at this time. What is the wish? What actions are being taken? What is the biggest challenge for the divine feminines at this time? What is the spirit guided solution for that challenge? And where is the energy going? Where are the divine feminines' conscious considerations taking them on this journey at this time in the near future? Okay, on the conscious mind for the connection. Wow. I literally heard with the Five of Wands, which is a karmic cleanup card, and we did see this yesterday in the reading about the divine feminines leaving well enough alone, letting the divine masculines come to their own karmic cleanup, their own, they've made their bed and they need to sleep in it kind of energy. There's some of that. So divine masculines, your divine feminine is kind of not focused on what could be manifested in this connection, because unless things become balanced, unless the too many people being involved, all of that is cleared, there's no sense in fantasizing about potentials that aren't possibly going to be realized. That would be harmful to the emotional equilibrium to set oneself up for failure. So there's a really practical, grounded energy here that is not a conditional love. It is unconditional, that it's practical in nature and is good on its own without the changes having to happen for the feminine's own wholeness. So if that doesn't answer the first masculine question, I don't know what does. That's another way of wording that first contemplation. What are the divine feminines feeling on the heart space? Ooh. They are still feeling completely connected in the 3D in all regards. The devil is the full 3D, the most material experience of anything. This came out a while ago for the divine masculines, saying every cell in their body. And this is the same thing, the unconditional love through all of the illusion of the 3D, all of the density. There is a path of love through. So I would say this feels like a finer and finer understanding, discernment of the profound life-changing energy of this connection into the most precise levels of understanding through all the confusion, through thick and thin, in sickness and in health, through the good times and the bad, all of that stuff, no matter what. This love with every cell of their body. Divine masculines, you still are their complete, your divine feminine's complete preference, even beyond anything that they could speak to rationally. When asked, this is a divine knowing that there is no depth or height in the connection that cannot be seen through this unconditional love, and that is so sacred. So sacred, divine masculines. Okay, what are the divine feminines wishing for? They're wishing for communication about whether you value them in this romantic love connection way or not. So whether you feel that's appropriate or not at this point, divine masculines, they wouldn't mind hearing an update. They wouldn't mind communication about what you feel in your heart here. That's the message I'm getting there. What actions are being taken? Despite lack of communication, divine feminines are getting out in the world, getting amongst it, doing them, stepping out of their comfort zone, taking the world by storm, having the world in the palm of their hands. They are stepping into their own spheres of influence and pushing their growth boundaries, expanding. Despite not having any real connection, they are going for it alone. They are going forward into the world. And many do understand the way energy works and the way these twin unions are intuitively known to be destined to come together when everyone is in alignment. And divine timing can come into the situation, into the mix. What is the biggest challenge for the feminines? Knowing that there's a lack of growth and progress here, and still staying in mercy and humility and compassion. That is a challenge. What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? Keep wishing for justice. Keep knowing that that's the highest truth and that you will settle for nothing less. And understand that everything has a season, divine feminine, and this love is placed on your heart, divinely guided. So be obedient to that knowing, and then love lightly and carry on about your mission, about your expression, about your experience of life. Continue living, and just know that you have set this manifestation, this desire. Your free will has been heard across heaven and earth, I just heard, and you will be brought justice. You will manifest a situation that can provide the growth that your heart and soul desires, divine feminine. You will be given a partner in the 3D. If it is not your divine masculine, you will surely be given justice. If this connection does not produce growth, you will be given a partner that will complement. What direction is this going in? Yes, free will to continue to align with the love. Just when we think we're tempered, just when we think we have patience, just when we think we're about to come into union, there's more perception to be gleaned, gained, studied, allowed, more splendor to be seen, more miracles, more appreciation. Wow, if I'm totally picking up on the deepest honesty here, there has been let's say a point of no return, or the illusion of a point of no return, truly surrendering. And there's like this plateau of energy that seems to be too much, too long, to the point where the energy is calming and dissipating, and the passion is dwindling, the charge, the sustainability of the preference is I just heard flatlining. And divine feminines, it's like you are truly unplugging from the charge of your masculine and plugging into this lovers, the higher love, the divine connection, which is essential. And sometimes these connections take this long. Actually, not sometimes. I'm being guided to say that that is part of the divine template, that these unions have not come in so that, and for that primary reason, that there is no gaining the codependent energy from the masculine, and instead having no other choice but to connect profoundly to source. And so divine feminines are truly letting go on a layer that none of the divine feminines knew existed weeks ago, I just heard. So interesting. Let's get a Starseed Oracle for the divine feminines watching. What can we see going forward? Altarian Stargate, neutrality. Exactly. It's not ambivalence. It is not rejection. It's not even contrary energy. It's just literally coming into neutrality, which is the prerequisite for unconditional love and true compassion, because it does not have the influence of clinging to a preference. There's freedom in this, where true diplomacy, negotiation, and philosophy can come in, and it can be objective. It can be truly co-creative when there isn't an agenda, divine feminines. And auric cleansing, that speaks of the release of the old and making way for the new. Replenishment, renewal, restoration. Yeah, being masterful with your own energy. And for the divine masculines watching, what can we see? For the divine masculines, spine of fire, true self, passion, motivation, and purpose. I heard get down to it, divine masculines. This is about you coming into alignment with your authenticity. There has been a little bit of a bump in the road for the divine masculines, some sort of a karmic insider scoop that many divine masculines, you have seen through why the grass wasn't greener, and how those karmic choices related to the mask rather than the authenticity. So continue releasing, coming into alignment, forgiving yourself for the error of your choices, but also celebrating that you would not have seen what you now see had you not chosen the things you had chosen. Okay, many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.